The only way I can tell you apart is from your hairdos.
That's right.
Your hairstyles.
I've got a hair undo and he's got a hair do. I've got a hair don't. Don't do it, don't do it. If you could say it, you wouldn't do it. Yeah, it's quite difficult to tell us apart on the radio.
Yeah. So besides this concert tonight that you're doing here, what is the high point of your career so far?
We haven't had it yet.
No?
We're still looking forward to it. That's what keeps us going.
We're
always searching for the next high point, I think.
Yeah, your new CD's called Think Positive. That's
right.
real nice, yeah. Something that we should all do, especially around these holidays.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
that's the plan. That's the plan. Whisky Priests Think Positive 1998. That's the plan.
And
high points included.
Yeah. You played at Hilversum, right? You played down in on the national radio.
Yes, we did Hilversum and we did Legs Card Alive. So we did 2 shows on Dutch radio in front of live audiences, and that was good fun.
Oh, right.
Just like doing a gig, really, but the problem was trying to get motivated in the middle of the afternoon rather than on the evening, you know.
Oh yeah, so that was pre-recorded.
That was, yeah, I think we did the 93, 94, something like that. It was a few years ago. I think perhaps, if they're listening, we're due for a return. Please book us now. We'd love to come back.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's a good place to play in Holland, definitely, national exposure. So I read through your information here, and yeah, you've had some difficulties along the way. Could you describe some of the problems that you've had in having your own record company and being on the road so much?
Well, I'll try my best, but I think it's only a 2-hour show involved in what we do. So you were asking about you were asking earlier about the motivation, and you know, maybe because we do everything ourselves, it kind of helps motivate us because we're so determined to try and get to the position where life is a bit easier for us. That's kind of our main drive and ambition at the moment, to get to a position where some of the workload is taken from us. Yeah, but also to try and do everything on our own terms, you know. I mean, one of the major problems we had a number of years ago, we were naive enough when we were very young, 10 years ago, to sign a recording and publishing deal with a company in England, and it was a nightmare situation for us. We had a lot of problems in the early days of the band.
A lot of legal battles?
Yeah, we ended up actually at the High Court in London, but eventually it was resolved out of court. But it seriously disrupted our careers in England, and from being in a position where a lot of major companies, major management, and people like that were interested in moving the band on, there was a lot of media attention. We're going to be the next big thing. Suddenly for 2 or 3 years we could do practically nothing in England because of the stranglehold of this legal battle that we were in, which eventually got resolved, you know, to an adequate solution, which meant we could continue our careers in our own right. And ever since then we've been determined to do it on our own terms and not have anybody else taking control of our destiny, so to speak.
Right.
And ever since then it's been a struggle to get there, and it's just getting better all the time. We're gradually taking the barriers down from the and scaling the walls of the music business, so to speak, in our own determined little way.
Yeah. Is your type of music the main sort of music what you find in Northern England? The real folky stuff, or?
Not really. I mean, if you were to go to the clubs in Northern England, I think you'd hear a lot of heavy metal and R&B music. That's what most of the bands tend to play. There's nothing else like us in the northeast of England, really. It's a very unique kind of thing that we're doing. You know?
Definitely.
Even if you go in the kind of folk clubs and pubs and everything, although there's a great tradition of northeast traditional folk music in the area, there aren't a lot of people actually playing it now. Yeah, but the thing is, we used to be a northeast of England band. That is how we began. But now we're a total English band in the broader sense, because we have a great new lineup of guys with us now who are from all over England, bringing new influences into what we do, having a real impact on the music we're playing and the arrangements we're doing, bringing their own unique experiences and styles of playing, and it's a kind of menagerie of sound now, which is much better. We're a cross-section of England now in the band, you know, rather than a northeastern kind of.
Everyone's really good musicians. How old were you guys when you started playing together the first time?
Well, this lineup's only been together 6 weeks since Andy joined.
Did you guys play together as little kids, as little twins?
We used to fight a lot. Yeah. I once drove him through a glass door on the back of a bicycle and hospitalised him for about 6 weeks. But that was the start. That was the start.
Been down in all
but it was an accident, you know. I didn't realise the door was closed at the time. But
maybe you'll give him a clap on the way home tonight.
No, we didn't actually. Gary and I didn't actually start playing any real serious music until we were about 17, 18 years old.
Wow.
And that was when we really started wanted to be in a band and began the Whisky Priests. It was the first band we really had.
But how did you get that name, Whisky Priests?
We began the band in 1985, and at the time we thought of about 100 names, and they were all really bad. I can't even remember any of them. And we think we need a good name, we need a good name. And one of the people in the band was reading a book at the time called Power Up. Along to the rehearsal and said, "Hey guys, I've got a great name for the band. How about the Whisky Priests?"
Yeah.
And the Whisky Priest was a character, and he was in a book by a British novelist called Graham Greene.
Right.
He's a famous writer. He wrote Brighton Rock and one or two other famous books. And
But
he
you
wrote
guys don't. Can we talk to your drummer? We're going to introduce we're going to talk to Cozy for a second and introduce the new next number. We're going to play a few different numbers here while the guys get set up to play another song. Become the Parvish Gone.
I knew that was the question because it always is.
Your man Cozy, yeah.
He's a very warm person.
That's right.
Cozy
Very cuddly.
Kozelik. Yeah, okay. We were talking, we're going to play some different songs, Become the Parvish Gone, Numbers Trying, and you asked me right when you came to have dinner about Jan Ackerman, the Focus. That was really nice. You looked through my CDs and picked out the Focus CD.
Yeah, and
Michelle from the Blues Programmer, Nothing But the Blues. We saw Jan Ackerman play in Beverwijk in the Hit for Folk last Friday actually. So we're going to play a song for you from Focus.
Good.
Because you were very curious about
Which
Jan
one?
Ackerman. Is he big over there in England?
No.
He was?
He was 70s.
No.
Early 70s, but no.
Not anymore.
Not really, no. No.
Ah.
What a shame.
Good idea.
He's good.
Isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to make him famous again right now. Here's number Sylvia.
Is that black-legged mining man? Who is that black-legged mining man? He's the one who helps the boss nail his brothers to the cross. Who is that black-legged mining man? Where was that black-legged mining man? Where was that black-legged mining man? He was nowhere to be seen when they killed young Jones and Green. Where was that black-legged mining man? He was that black-legged mining man. He was that black-legged mining man. He was deep down in the mine, went through that picket line. He was that black-legged mining man. Why does that black-legged mining man? Why does that black-legged mining man dig the black coal, puts his mirrors on the dole? Why does that black-legged mining man someday, that black-legged mining man someday, that black-legged mining man will realize he sold his soul for a tub of black-legged coal someday. That black-legged mining man one day, that black-legged mining man one day, that black-legged mining man will rue what he has done when there's no work for his son one day. That black-legged mining man, he'll see. That black-legged mining man, he'll see. That black-legged mining man, when he looks into his glass
a traitor to his class he'll see. That blackleg mining man who is, that blackleg mining man who is, that blackleg mining man. He's the one who helps the boss nail his brothers to the cross. He is that blackleg mining man.